So a lot of you guys asked me to draw a character with curly hair, so I figured I'd give you a little tutorial. So first things first, you want to really quickly throw in your hair shape. Don't think about this too much, it can be really light and loose. Then to get the hairline right, all you gotta do is throw in these shapes. I like to think of them as slinkies, but you're just gonna keep layering these on top of each other until you get something that looks a little bit like this. And then using a really light hand, we're just gonna shade in our entire shape. And don't worry too much about these lines going in the same direction. They can go this way, that way, the other way. I really think the messier the better. Then coming out from our darkest areas, we're gonna shade using that slinky or S shape. And don't be afraid to be a little loose and mix up the shape as you go. I think this is my favorite step. It's a little tedious, but you want to keep going until you bring out these shapes all the way to the edges of your hair. And then once you reach the edge, you want to complete those shapes to a little point at the end. And I got a little carried away here and decided I wanted to add a lot more curls, so I went ahead and did that. But the only other thing you have to do to finish this up is define your edges, add a couple flyaways, and you're done. So hopefully this helped you guys. If this looks like you, please duet me. I would love to see.
Curly hair, braids, I'm not too sure that's what it's called. Y'all can let me know by the end of the vid. But unpredictable hairlines for the curls, lights for the highlights and the darker parts, then subtle curls like so for loose hair strands. Looks like black pasta. That's how we render, and then we figure out how it's going to be positioned. Figured it out in basic shapes, the two strands falling on the side of her face, plotting out where the curly braids are going to be popping out of and going to the back. Slowly started to render like we saw earlier. Then some tiny dashes to show where the hair is popping out of on the scalp. Do the same for the others. On the side of her head, you can have curved lines like so. Then you just figure out the rest of it, figure out where the curls are going to be, and then render. Keep track of the parts that are going to be darkened and highlighted, and then add the edges, and voila!